BetBlitz.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Tough day yesterday with us having some pretty solid reads, but some unusual outcomes with the Minnesota Timberwolves forgetting to game plan defensively against Nikola Jokic, and the Lakers getting blown out because they forgot how to play defense, as well as SGA rarely getting outplayed and OKC losing by double digits. But today's a new day, and we are looking to set you up again with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Friday slate of games, so again, take a moment, hit that like button. If this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys in our next video. For our first pick, we'll be under the points plus assist tab, and this time we'll be selecting Miles Bridges for more than 20.5 points plus assist. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you guys would like to try Outlier for yourselves, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this line, Miles Bridges, is actually exceeded in 5 of his last 10 games. However, one of the things we really do love about Outlier is our ability to filter for game-specific conditions. And one of the game-specific conditions we will be filtering out for this game is that it will be an away game for the Charlotte Hornets. And coming into this game, we see that this line, Miles Bridges, is actually exceeded in 7 of his last 10 games on the road, including in 3 straight road games. Additionally, this line, Miles Bridges, is exceeded in 75% of his last 20 road games. In his last matchup on the road versus the Orlando Magic, a line that last season on the road, Miles Bridges exceeded in 67% of the games he played, and a line that this season, Miles Bridges has exceeded in 73% of the games he's played on the road. Now, Miles Bridges and the Charlotte Hornets will be facing off against an Orlando Magic defense that this season has been pretty average overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' points plus assists, giving up a fair share amount of points as well as assists to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against opponent forwards specifically, the Orlando Magic have not been very good overall defending their opponents' points plus assists at the forward position, giving up plenty of points as well as a fair share amount of assists to the position. Here's the Magic's defensive numbers against opponent power forwards for those who want to see that as well. Ranked better overall defensively, but still giving up a decent amount of points plus assists overall. But overall, coming into this game, we do like Miles Bridges to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Miles Bridges has gotten a solid amount of minutes per his last 10 games. Over his last 10 games, they're 33 minutes per game. And while his efficiency isn't quite where we'd like to see it, 42% over his last 10 games, he still is getting up a fair share amount of attempts, over 15 attempts per his last 10 games, which is also nice to see. Additionally, for his position, Miles Bridges has shown a great ability to play make through his last 10 games, near 9 potential assists per game, which is also pretty solid to see. So coming into this game, we do like Miles Bridges to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. Now in his career, Miles Bridges has been a solid scorer as well as playmaker for his position. This season, no exception, near 21 points per game and close to 4 assists, which will be a nice little cushion on this line. And coming into this game against an Orlando Magic defense that has not been very good overall defending his positions at the opponent's points plus assists, we do like Miles Bridges to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Miles Bridges for more than 20.5 points plus assist. Now for our next play, we'll be headed over to the field goals made tab, and this time we'll be selecting Jaylen Brown for less than 10.5 field goals made. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line, Jaylen Brown, has actually failed to exceed in 5 of his last 10 games. However, again, one of the things we do love about Outlier is to filter for game-specific conditions. And coming into this game, we would like to filter that it would be an away game for the Boston Celtics on the road versus Indiana. And coming into this game, we see that this line, Jaylen Brown, has actually failed to exceed in 7 of his last 10 away games, including in 3 straight away games. Additionally, this line, Jaylen Brown, has failed to exceed in 80% of his last 20 away games. Last season, this is a line Jaylen Brown failed to exceed in 88, near 90% of the away games he played. In this season, this is a line Brown has failed to exceed in 67% of the away games he's played. Now, Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponent's field goal percentage. They are pretty average overall, not giving up a ridiculous amount of makes, but still pretty average to below average overall. However, again, coming into this game on the road for Jaylen Brown, especially after quite a few days of rest, we are expecting Jaylen Brown and the Boston Celtics to come out a little bit rusty and for him to ultimately fall below his line. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see Jaylen Brown is getting a solid dose of minutes per his last 10 games. Over his last 10 games, over 36 minutes per game. However, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in his overall PR rate or field goals made per game, especially when playing on the road. And again, while he has been shooting pretty efficiently as of late through his last 10 games, just under 50% field goal shooting, he still is making just right around that 11 attempts per game. And coming into this game after being off for over 3 days, we don't like Jaylen Brown on the road to come out and reach this line. On his career, Jaylen Brown has been a solid scorer this season, again through his first 21 games, making just under 11 of field goals made per game. However, again, on the road, this is a line Jaylen Brown has mostly failed to exceed. And coming into this game, after a large rest and holiday break, we don't like Jaylen Brown to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Jaylen Brown for less than 10.5 field goals made. Now, for those of you guys who are wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we want to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Devin Booker for lower than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Bam Adebayo for higher than 0.5 double-doubles. And if you guys like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but would also like to have access to making picks on whether or not players get double-doubles as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as $1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all their free picks, discounted player props, as well as promos that they have been dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. In fact, right now, Underdog will give you an additional $100 in bonus cash after you play 5. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of this so you guys aren't leaving any money on the table. And make sure you guys go lock this plays in. We have been cashing out like crazy on Underdog. So again, if you are already on there, click our link in the description below. Sign up using code BETBLITZ to claim your free pick and bonus cash, and trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our next play, we'll be under the field goals attempted tab. And this time we'll be selecting Kawhi Leonard for less than 21.5 field goals attempted. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line Kawhi Leonard has actually failed to exceed in 6 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this line Leonard has failed to exceed in 75% of his last 20 games. Head-to-head versus the Trailblazers, this is a line Kawhi failed to exceed in his last matchup. Last season, this is a line Kawhi failed to exceed in over 85% of the games he played. In this season, this is a line Kawhi Leonard has failed to exceed in nearly 75% of the games he's played. Now, Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers will be facing off against a Portland Trailblazers defense that this season hasn't really been the best overall when it comes to defending against their opponent's field goals attempted per game, giving up a fair share amount of 2-point attempts to their opponents overall. They are, however, a solid perimeter defense, not allowing too many 3-pointers attempted from their opponents overall. However, again, coming into this game off of an extended break for the Los Angeles Clippers and being on the road, where Kawhi has failed to exceed this line in the majority of the games he's played, we don't like Leonard to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Kawhi Leonard is getting a solid dose of minutes per game through his last 10 games, 35 minutes per game. However, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in amount of field goal attempts per game, again falling below this line in the majority of the games he's played this season. And again, while Leonard has been a solid scorer on his career this season, making about 19 attempts per game from the field, coming into this game with the Clippers being on the road off of an extended break, we don't like Leonard to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Kawhi Leonard for less than 21.5 field goals attempted. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you for watching, we thank you to all of our channel members, and we'll see you in our next video.